How is it going, guys? Welcome back to My Amino Discussions, the longest running series on this channel. If you're new to the channel or not familiar with this series, it's basically a series where I go on my community on the Amino app where we discuss hip-hop and things like that, and pretty much go through it, find some interesting stuff to talk about on there, and go through all the different features on the app. As always, if you want to join the Amino, the link is in the description below. It'll be a lot easier for you to kind of fully understand what I'm talking about in these videos if you join the Amino, so I would recommend it. Also, I do want to say at the start of this video, huge shout out to all my curators and leaders over on the Amino. Those are basically the moderators. The community would be nothing without them. So shout out to Pump, It's Man, who now goes by It's Woman, Hardy, BK, Henny, Way Back Then, and One God, and Face Movies. Much love to all you guys. Thank you so much for helping the community be the way that it is. Featured post time. So if you didn't watch episode 1, the featured feed is what we go through first. That's the default segment on the Amino, where the best posts are featured by me and my curators. Let's go through it. Let's see if there's anything interesting to talk about on here. Okay, first thing I want to do, I want to give a shout out to Warfield V here for these new releases of the week posts. And this is very useful for me for keeping up with everything that's dropped, because sometimes there's a few things I miss. So thank you to Warfield V for this. It's actually really helpful. Keep those posts up. I love them. Alright, here's an interesting point of discussion that's probably going to make it to the thumbnail and title because it's the most relevant thing right now. 21 Savage's birth certificate proves he was born in England. There's a lot of interesting stuff to discuss about this situation, so I guess I'll just dive into my thoughts about it. You know, there's not any opinions in this post, but it's a good bridge for me to actually talk about it because I don't think I'm going to make a whole dedicated video. Number 1, I think people went too hard on Demi Lovato. She literally said that she enjoys the memes that all of us have been enjoying. Bringing up her overdose was a bit unnecessary. 2, people laughing at the memes about 21 Savage being British doesn't mean they're laughing at his freedom being taken away for him or the possibility of him being deported. It just means they find the fact that he's so unexpectedly British funny. And yeah, the birth certificate proves he was born in East London, so it's not just one of the territories owned by the UK. He was actually born in England. 3, I actually think the memes and jokes about the situation are very helpful because it's made this situation such a big thing. You can't scroll through your Twitter timeline now without seeing at least 20 21 Savage being British memes. And in my opinion, what that does, what I've seen it do for some people, is spread the situation outside the world of hip-hop. Because everyone's seeing these memes, there's a chance that they'll look more into the situation and actually learn about it. I think we're on the 4th point I want to make about this. I don't know what Ice is doing. I watched Sean C's video about the situation, and he actually made a very good point when he said it was really weird how Ice were bringing up 21 Savage's persona and saying that this proves it's fake, as if that's part of their job to do. Like, it almost came off as them kind of talking down on him, saying, oh, this guy's persona's fake, he's not real. And it's like, that's not really your job to say. That's so unnecessary. I disagree with a lot of what Sean said in his video because, you know, we're two different people, two different sets of opinions, but I still very much enjoyed the video and I agree with that point. So I think it's a really messed up situation and everything about it looks a little bit shady. Obviously, 21 Savage just does not deserve to be deported in any way, shape, or form. In a very odd way, like, because you wouldn't expect it from listening to his music, but he's kind of like a role model now. He's actually benefiting the country he lives in. He's trying to provide to it and provide to the future of it. You know, there's so much stuff he's done. Just look it up and you'll see. We can only hope for the best situation, which is him getting released, not getting deported, and, you know, still being able to be with his family and provide for them. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say for that. So thank you, David, for, you know, allowing me to speak on that by posting this. Hold up now, here, Benny. Soulja Boy accused of kidnapping women. Soulja, are you thinking about the repercussions this could have for the 2007 squad? What is this? What the fuck? Okay, here we have a post from Sean Cena, who isn't Sean C, by the way. I don't think he's lurking on this Amino. But it's the only albums I think are a 10 out of 10. Now, this is going to be an interesting discussion because for me personally, I don't even know if there's any albums that I would say is a 10 out of 10. I don't even know if there is a 10 out of 10 album out there because there's always something to criticize. Maybe that's too much of a critical look, but let's see what Sean Cena has to say about this. Okay, so she actually saw a post on this Amino that said there's no such thing as a 10 out of 10 album, and that's why she made this post. Okay, honorable mentions. Okay, so for the sake of the video, I'm not going to read like every single one, but I'll go through what I think are the most interesting ones and most discussion worthy. Testing by A$AP Rocky. I know opinions exist, but my god. All American Badass by Joey Badass. Okay, you get points for that one. You get points for that one. Kids See Ghosts self-titled. I could kind of understand that, but I personally like think that project is really overrated for what it is. Travis Scott Rodeo, the best Travis Scott album. All right, let's go through some that actually made it to our official list. Stankonia by Outkast. I actually still need to listen to that album because even though I can appreciate the fact that they're legendary and in hip-hop and I respect them, Outkast has never been one of my favorite duos personally. I don't know what it is, but something about that old school hip-hop from the South, it has a certain sound to it that doesn't really appeal to me for the most part. I think it's a lot of the time, it's not even the voices, it's the type of production that they pick. But of course, I'm gonna be open-minded. I'm gonna give this album a chance at some point. I don't know when, but I do need to check that one out. Flower Boy, Tyler, the Creator. I could understand that one being on here. That's understandable. I can mostly relate to the song November. That song is one of my favorites from the album. That's a great song. Even Better Than Wolf. Disagree. Oh no, wait, I can't say agree or disagree within these videos because then people are going to compare it to Let's Argue, even though in the first episode I literally showed what this series was inspired by, and it wasn't Let's Argue. Trilogy by The Weeknd. Haven't listened to that, but I'm very interested in checking out more of The Weeknd's discography because he's one of the few artists outside of hip-hop that I actually enjoy. Yeah, I still don't necessarily think that there is a 10 out of 10 album, but of course people have different ways that they view music and different ways that they kind of rate it, so obviously, some people will have 10 out of 10 albums. Yeah, thank you for that post, Sean Cena. That was a good read. Of course, I'll drop a like on that. Look at all this. If you haven't joined the Amino yet, are you not enticed? Look at all this discussion. Look at all this discussion you could be taking part in. All right, let's go through one more post on the featured feed before we move into the next segment of the video. Aquilex is angry with rappers that grew on me. This will be an interesting one to read through. I may not thoroughly enjoy these rappers, but I enjoy them more than I once did. Let's go. XXXTentacion. I can relate to that one, even though I still don't love his music. It has grown on me over time. Not a lot of it has grown on me over time, but certain songs have. When I first heard Look At Me, I thought it was abysmal. Now I can at least bump it. It's catchy. I mean, it is catchy, but I'll never be able to bump that song. I just don't enjoy it. I actually have a playlist on my personal Spotify for X songs that I like. Arms Around You, I Don't Want to Do This Anymore. Looking for a Star, the vocals are kind of weird on it, but it's catchy. Slipknot, 777, Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares, Jocelyn Flores, Train Food, Whoa, Difference, What Are You So Afraid Of, and Hate Will Never Win. Okay, Trippie Redd. Trippie is a weird artist for me. Like, I think there's a lot of potential there, but I just don't like all the different vocal styles he does. Lil Pump, absolutely, 100% agree. Lil Pump in 2017 was horrible, but his music is so enjoyable now. I am actually anticipating the Harvard Dropout, and I never could have, like, go watch my worst rappers in the game on Lil Pump. I hated his music when I first heard it, like, hated it. His music isn't meant to be taken seriously as a rapper like Denzel Curry's is, and it's great for what it is. Next up, Lil Uzi Vert. I can agree with that. If you watch my most recent video, I'm really plugging a lot of my videos here on the 10 most overhyped rap songs part 2. I do say in it that a lot of Lil Uzi's songs and some projects have grown on me a little bit over time, so I will update the worst rappers in the game on him at some point. I just really need to figure out the format for the worst rappers in the game revisited videos. And at the end he also says, I'll also make an opposite version, rappers that grew off me. Okay, that's interesting. You know what, I'm gonna give that props. I'm gonna give that post props. Let's see, let's give him 50 coins. Here's your 50 coins. Alright, and I think that's all we'll look at for the featured feed, so let's move on to our next segment. What's it gonna be? Oh, so much mystery and excitement. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is the new fan club feature that they've added on the Amino. As you can see at the top here, right underneath my username, it says 113 fan club members. So you might be asking, what is the fan club? What do I get if I join it? And how do I actually join it? So to answer the first question, what is the fan club and what do I get with it? Well, you get a couple of things. For example, if I just go onto one of these random profiles, you get that little badge under the username there that you can see. You get that when you join the fan club. And essentially what you get when you join the fan club is at least one exclusive piece of content every week from me. So that could be something as simple as, if we scroll through my posts here, an early video for the fan club. So, you know, you can see it before everyone else. And you can tell it's a fan club post because of that little symbol at the top right corner. Some posts will be like this. I'll come back to this in a second, where I ask the fan club a question and feature my favorite answers in these videos. Q&As, we also do live voice chat Q&As, and they even occasionally have events on the Amino for the fan club to celebrate it. So during the events, I'll make a very special piece of exclusive content. For example, on this one, I got my twin to make a reaction to Quavo Huncho, which you can only see if you join the fan club. So the next question, how do you join the CDTV Amino fan club? Well, there will be a link down in the description below, and if you click that link, it'll take you to the Amino, and it'll take you directly to the fan club page where you can join it. It's basically a subscription thing each month, and you do it with coins in the app, and it's 150 Amino coins per month. And you know, you can earn coins, I'll show you right now. You can earn coins through doing numerous things on the app. You can do things like you do on other apps. You can watch ads to get coins. There's a free coins offer wall. I'm sure you've seen things like this before where you can do certain offers and you get a certain amount of coins for it. Of course, if you just want to skip all that, the simplest way to get coins is just to buy them. You can do that. For example, you could get a stack of coins, which is 650 coins for £5. And I think that'll be $5 if you live in the US, which would get you a subscription to the Amino for 4 months. And like I said, there is free methods to get coins. It's just the easiest way to get them is to pay for them, but it's completely up to you what you want to do and if you want to join the fan club or not. So that's pretty much that feature summed up. So with that being explained, obviously I'm not going to sum that up in every video. It's just in this one because it's a new feature that's been added since the last time. But now that we've got all that out the way, let's jump into looking at the content on the Amino, starting with, like I said, the fan club question. So I fully explained what the fan club question is throughout this post. Basically, in every single My Amino Discussions episode, I'm going to feature this fan club question segment. It's a segment where I ask you guys a question, might be a meme question, sometimes might be a serious discussion, you guys answer it, and I'll feature answers that are either in-depth, creative, or funny within the episode. And the first ever question I have asked my fan club to be featured in this video is... Sicko Mode. Oh my god, this is long. Ted/Esco says, Sicko Mode is easily the superior work of art. While Mo Bamba's thoughtful and introspective lyrics about Sheck West's life, his trials and tribulations, and his nihilistic outlook towards his future and the concept of life itself must have filled the hearts and minds of such great minds as Socrates or Freud with joy. Okay. Sicko Mode truly has elevated the concept of music to a new plane of genius. Travis Scott manages to craft a hymn of a generation with deep and thoughtful meanings such as, in the 305, bitches treat me like I'm Uncle Lou. Isn't it Uncle Luke? You know, of, what's it called? 2 Live Crew. Drake manages to perfectly capture the problems of today's rap artists with ingenious lines such as, I did half a Xan, 13 hours till I land. The paradox that many simple listeners might not understand is in the way he displays his usage of Xanax. Though it is heavily used by artists nowadays, he sticks to its intended usage of inducing sleep, in harsh contrast to the way his peers use it. Musically, the beat switches allude to a musical mastermind of the likes of Bach and Beethoven, having a finger in the production of this, with the melodic and rhythmic sequences rivaling those of Bach, Fugues' Way, found in his legendary and revolutionary compilation of Fugues and Preludes. I'm not even going to try and read that. Travis Scott and his producers managed to achieve a level of musical prodigism that must have took any true music critic in awe. I wrote this whole thing myself, no copy and paste. Jesus Christ, that was something else. That was something else, that post. The Viper says, Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode. It's Man, who now goes by It's Woman, says, well, both encourage white people to scream the N-word at concerts, so that's a plus for both. However, I will say that I prefer Sicko Mode mainly because of ASAP Rocky. Sicko Mode, tell'em.com. Nice one, Dro. Nice, I like that. Dicko Mode is the best. I have to agree with that, best brown boy. You're right there. Warfield V says Barack Mo Bamba. Well, that's enough for that. That's enough for that. There's 75 comments. Obviously, I can't go through them all, but when you guys join the fan club, you'll get access to this post, and you can read through all of them and find the ones that you find funniest. Okay, so I didn't get to cover absolutely everything I wanted to in this video. I didn't expect the recording to take this long, but now we're going to look at the competitions and stuff we have going on in the Amino. The main one, of course, is the one we looked at last time, which is the Caption This competition. So this is week 25. It's a weekly thing. Yeah, this is this week's picture to caption. Nice lovely pic of Earl the Hooded Sweater. And the winner is the person that gets the most upvotes. So last week's winner was Tedesco. Let's actually look up Caption This 24 to see what his winning comment was. Lovely picture of Kung Fu Kenny. So what was his caption? His winning caption. When people trying to tell Cuck, who's one of the members of the Amino, that M's the GOAT. And there we go. That's the comment that won last week. Congratulations, Tedesco. What's winning so far for this Earl Sweatshirt picture? Face Movies when he comes back and all the attention's on him. Face Movies does make some great posts though. Stone, who's also another member. You're gonna have to... It'll take a while adjusting to people talking about all the different members on this Amino, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. You'll learn who all the members are. Stone when a girl joins this Amino. When your auntie gives you an ugly ass sweatshirt. I like the wordplay there, Musestroke. I like the wordplay. Oh, Takashi drops soap. Prison mate. And of course, we're gonna look and see if there's any that people have downvoted that they just don't find funny. When you see people putting Thugga on a pedestal a bit too hard, but you love them, so you still like it although they're wrong. You know, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. It's just... I'll offer some advice, you know, because I'm, of course, a master at comedy. It's a little bit too long. They caption this, I think the best responses are the short and sweet ones that are punchy, and they just make you go, haha, that's funny. When you hit on a thick girl, but her favorite rapper of all time is Lil Xan. And of course, Lil Fedora responds with, I see no problem with that. But for real though, I don't think I've ever met a Lil Xan fan that is either not female or over the age of 15. So yeah, that's just a little taster of the caption this posts. So of course, go on there, vote for your favorite comments, and we'll get a winner soon because this was posted 5 days ago. So guys, that is going to be it for this episode of My Amino Discussions today. Like I said, the link to join the Amino will be down in the description below, and that will also take you directly to where you can join the fan club for exclusive content at least once a week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would definitely like to make more of these My Amino Discussions videos, and obviously in the future videos, I'm gonna stop talking about it as if it's an introductory video. These first two videos kind of serve as an introduction to the Amino. In the future, we're not even pressing on the brakes. I'm just gonna jump straight into it as if you completely know how the Amino functions. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video, whatever that may be. And this is CDTVProductions signing out.